In this video, I'd like to introduce you to the general page navigation of the Interactive Teacher Studio. So you launch your program, you get this screen, enter, log in. I don't have a password. And then in my virtual books, this is going to collect all the virtual books you have in the Interactive Teacher Studio, which will be your teacher editions for the different levels. This is book 1, and I'm going to enter into there. And this is where I get my first chance to select a page. Last time I was in the score, I was on page 284, and it'll just remember that, so when I come back to my ITS, I can just jump right back in where I left off, which I think is pretty handy. I can certainly select a different page through this toggle bar here, but I always think it's easiest just to jump in where you left off and then navigate from there. So here I am. I'm in the Interactive Teacher Studio. The print looks just like my print, except there are these icons up here that are breathing at me. Each icon has a different function. That's the interactive portion of the studio, and there are tutorial videos to help outline some of that, but I encourage you to go through and click on a lot of those things to see what's available. Now once I'm in the score, it's really easy to get around page by page by these arrows up here. Green arrow to the right turns a page at a time forward, and the green arrow to the left is a page at a time backwards. This green arrow here will scroll down to see the bottom of that page and up. Now if you don't have this arrow, it just means that you're already looking at the full page. So if you have a larger monitor, you're already looking at the full page. But if you have a smaller monitor or looking this on a laptop computer, chances are you're going to have that arrow to scroll down to see the rest of that. Now the easiest way, in my opinion, to navigate through the pages of the score is through this big green button up here. If you click on that, you have the whole table of contents organized by score page, but also through exercise number or subject matter on that page. So it makes it easier to jump around. I'm going to skip over to page 20 of the score. It looks like this. Now, this might be familiar to you, the smaller pages on the larger score page, which make great reference, makes it easy to reference these pages in the classroom, but they can be difficult to read, especially when you're planning. So if you're using this ITS for your planning purposes, or even using it in your classroom as your score, you'll find that these magnifying glasses are here to expand that page to full size. Now, not only does it make it easy to read and put it in color and full size, but it also gives you access to all the interactive icons in that particular student book. So here I'm on the Getting Started pages for the Flute book. By expanding this, long story short, I'm actually in the Flute book page 3 and have all of those different icons available to me there. So anytime you see a smaller page in your score, know that in the Interactive Teacher Studio you can come on in and expand that to a full page very easily by just clicking on that magnifying glass. Now I'm going to skip over to score page 71. Anytime there's a link in the score to a different place in the score, it might be we might reference a certain page, see page 500 for more details on whatever the concept is. Or if an exercise is expanded, we include those links within the score as well. So here I'm on number 8, Rhythm Time. We're introducing half notes and half rests, and each Rhythm Time study is expanded into the back of the student book for further reinforcement. So this rhythm study is extended to student page 44, numbers 1 through 4. So to flip to that really easily in the score, I just have to click on this breathing icon here. It's score page 465. Just make it easy, much easier to reference. And here you can see numbers 1 through 4 are going to reinforce whole note, whole rest, as well as half note and half rest. So anytime that you need to link or jump around the score, and there's a score reference page, it makes it pretty easy by just clicking on that quick link. I'm going to jump back here. Another example of that is at the top of every exercise, we collect things into this sort of media center at the top of the page that will show you things that apply to this specific exercise. There are lesson plans available for every student page. By clicking on that, it'll flip right to that, so you have access to that. These are tailorable, and there's a separate tutorial video on how to do all of that. There are quizzes in the score, quizzes that apply to every 4 student pages about. So to see the quiz, or to access the quiz really quickly, that applies to this particular lesson, For this particular set of pages, you can just click on there. You'll see it's student pages 26 through 29 that apply. And then you can save it and print there. And again, there's another tutorial video on how to do all of that. That's the general way to navigate the pages. Now, if there's at any point you'd like to see exactly what the student page looks, you can do that very easily through here as well. So I'm on number 104. I come up to my page navigation, and this is my table of contents. Let's say I want to see exactly what the trumpets are looking at. Here it says Tradition of Excellence Conductor Score. But I want to check out the trumpet book. So I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to select trumpet. Now it's on number 104, which is on this page. Ta-da! I'm actually in the trumpet book in their IPS with their page links. So I can see really quickly here what's available here or what the trumpet book looks like. Also, if there are any page links here, they're all linked. So I encourage you to click around and experiment with how easy it is to navigate the pages and how quick you can access all the different part books as well. I'm going to come back to the conductor score here. And flip ahead. That's how to generally navigate the pages of the Interactive Teacher Studio.